The following presentation is part of the continuing Day in a Life series of videos on selected functions and modules within Infor's CloudSuite distribution system. Today we're going to walk through the features of the Warehouse Manager module. My name is Ray Tolentino. The Warehouse Manager module is part of the core modules within Essex Enterprise. It is useful in smaller to medium warehouse operations. Typically no barcodes or RF devices are needed. Now, this module will give you the information on the quantities a product may have stored in multiple locations. It also provides an automated process to replenish primary bins or picking locations. The communications page may provide notifications on warehouse activities, but typically, most of the activities in the system are handled behind the scenes. Now, this communications page is useful for sending notifications, alerts, and postings across your organization. It helps provide visibility on important events in the warehouse. The management of the warehouse and the way it handles the storage, picking, receiving, and replenishment of stock is going to rely on the selection of what we call administrative options. This screen provides a number of options that will guide how the system will use the warehouse process based on your preference. A combination of these options may change how products are picked or received. The directed bin put-away option will let the system decide which bins to use when goods are received from your suppliers. The attempted single bin put-away, for example, allows the system to find one location or the least number of locations where received products can be stored during the receiving process. The Warehouse Manager module also allows you to select which products in the warehouse are going to be managed with these options. There may be a small number of items that you may want to manage separately. This flag in the setup screen for the warehouse products allows you to identify which products are going to be automatically managed by the system. We are now going to take a look at the bin location setup function screen. Now, each warehouse, branch, or physical location can define unlimited number of locations where you can store products. A product can be assigned to one bin location, and depending on your preference and setting in the administrative options, you may also have multiple products in bin locations. The assignment is important if you want to set primary bin locations for picking to be closer to the staging area. The bin setup screen allows you to provide descriptions, define assignment, priority, status, bin type, size, and unit type attributes. The bin type assignment can also be open. That means the bin is empty, unassigned, and can be used. A primary bin is a location designated as the location where a specific product is stored for picking. You can also set the level of priority for picking for certain bins. The primary bin is typically set for first picking. The status field can be set in advance for the inactive and staging options. The available and in-service status are automatically assigned by the system when a product is assigned to the bin. The system keeps track of dates when products were first stored, and last picked, part of the information used in the audit tracking process. You may build a table of bin types that are appropriate for your warehouse. In addition, to further define the capacity of the bin, you can build a table of bin and location sizes appropriate to the storage location. All these fields are going to be used by the system to validate capacity loads, limits, and restrictions. And again, for audit tracking purposes, every recorded activity is recorded to help provide analytical information down the road. Another feature in the setup of bins in the warehouse is the cross-reference setup. You can preset cross-reference records that define the size types of the bins and the maximum quantity for a specific product assigned to the size type. Let's take a look at the bin inquiry screen in the Warehouse Manager module. The bin inquiry screen provides a snapshot view of the bin information. It takes a look at the assignment, priority status, dimensions, history tracking of how many times items have been received and picked, and it also shows the items stored in the bin. It shows quantity available, unit of measure, on hand, committed, and the mins and maxes and history of each product in the bin. Now let's take a look at the product inquiry screen in the warehouse module. This is the inquiry screen that tells us how many bins a product may be stored in. In this case, the system is telling us that this product is stored in one primary location and two alternate bins with a number of open locations used by the system. We can drill down into each bin and see the status of the product in each of these locations. One of the functions in the warehouse module is the transaction entry screen. Now, this function allows you to adjust stock information where appropriate. It could be an increase or decrease to the quantities in each bin location, or it could be moving stock from one location to another during the course of the warehouse operation. It provides a history of how products are adjusted in the warehouse from time to time. The Warehouse Manager module also provides reports and jobs that perform specific tasks. There is an audit report that can be generated as frequently as required. There's also a job that allows you to mass update changes to bin setups in the warehouse. And there is a job that is run to determine which bin locations need to be replenished. In most cases, these are the primary pick locations with mins and maxes. Warehouse operations perform these typically as the last or first task of the day. It finds picking bins, determines the maximum capacity, the quantity in stock, and then generates a work order to move stock from alternate or overflow locations to top off the bin quantity. This will prepare the warehouse for a new day of orders to be processed. Some larger operations with high volume transactions perform these tasks several times in a day. The assignment of bins during the order cycle is automatic. The customer service rep does not need to worry about where the warehouse person is supposed to pick the items from. The system will automatically assign the bin locations when the order is generated. But just to show you how these defaults are set, let's follow an order being entered and how the bins are assigned automatically. In this case, as soon as I enter the item being ordered, the quantity allocated to the order is already being reserved in the warehouse from the primary bin location where it's stored. Now, if for some special reason the CSR would like to reassign the picking from another bin, the CSR with special permission can assign a different bin from the list that can be displayed at the line level of the order entry screen. Once the order is saved, the pick tickets or the pick instructions bear the assigned bins and quantities to be sent to the warehouse. Now, during the shipping process, the shipper will confirm the picked quantities and the bin locations indicated. Exceptions are noted, alternate bins assigned as confirmed in the picking process. As all these activities are happening, the bin inquiry screens in the Warehouse Manager module are being updated with the changes immediately. During the receiving process, as purchased items are delivered and received, the receiving programs will automatically assign the bins where the products are stored. A receiver may decide to override the assignment and store the overflow quantities into other bin locations, or change the quantity allocation where appropriate. As we take a look at the purchase inquiry screen, the system shows that the PO has advanced to the receive stage. The product inquiry screen in the Warehouse Manager module shows the new available information for the product, including all bin locations where quantities are stored. We also note that the system topped up the primary bin location first, making sure that the maximum quantity of 300 was assigned. The remaining received quantity were then assigned to another open location. An efficient, accurate, and reliable warehouse operation depends on maintaining accurate product information, size, weight, and dimension information, as well as bin location capacities and sizes. The Warehouse Manager module provides the tools to make it happen. This has been an overview presentation of the Warehouse Manager module, part of the Day in the Life demo series for Infor's CloudSuite distribution. For more information, contact your Infor account executive or visit us at www.infor.com. This is Ray Tolentino. Thanks for watching.